Hello and welcome to Global Watch with me, Charles Ebune, Ed from Douala, the economic capital of Cameroon. Established some 35 years ago as a pan-African banking institution with the aim of accompanying Africa's development efforts, it is one of the giants in the continent as a banking institution. I'm talking about Ecobank, headquartered in the West African state of Togo, in its capital, Lomé. What has been the contribution of Ecobank in the development of Africa in particular? This is an institution which has a presence in about 36 African countries, having 4 representations out of Africa and employing at least 14,000 people with global assets estimated at roughly $27 billion with an equity share of nearly $2 billion. I'm glad to receive today on my set the Group Chief Executive Officer of Ecobank, AYEYEMI. Welcome to Global Watch.
Thank you, Charles. Thanks for having me here.
Look, Africa is roughly 1.5 billion people, and out of that number, nearly 25 million of them have an account with Ecobank, with the single largest country market being Nigeria. Quickly tell me, why are you in Cameroon at this particular time of the year, the month of March, a month for women?
It's good to be here, and thank you. You know, whenever we talk about the numbers of our customers across Africa, it keeps growing every day. And the last time you look at it, it might have been 25 million, but now it's close to 30 million customers that we have across the continent of Africa. Every time it's always good to come to Cameroon. The people are friendly, the government is supportive, and therefore coming at this time is also important because we're just celebrating International Women's Day a couple of days ago. I saw the colorful people in Yaoundé. And we're also happy that our leader in Cameroon is a lady. So that gives another opportunity to come here and celebrate with our people. And also we've done very well in Cameroon, and we as a company, and we want to come and celebrate that. From here I will go to other places, but Cameroon has been a good place for us, and Cameroon is the host of our CIMAC region. So all the countries around Cameroon in the CIMAC region, all the managing directors are also here, so that we can review our performance in 2021, look at the opportunities in 2022, understand the challenges that is going on within the world environment today, and see what we can do to support our customers to be able to overcome the challenges, but also to take advantage of the opportunities that's always in challenges.
Obviously, we'll talk your Cameroon market portfolio in a moment, but like I said in my introductory remarks, you equally added that you have nearly 30 million customers across the continent today. This is a mustard seed idea which started roughly in 1985 before it matured in 1986. Just quickly tell me, how did the Ecobank story unfold?
So it started with a couple of business people, the Chamber of Commerce across West Africa, trying to find a bank that they can call their own, that can finance their businesses, but not a bank that is built in only one country, a bank that is across West Africa as it was at that time. And they started with a very small capital, at that time $100 million. And part of that capital was provided by the ECOWAS, that understands that it is important.
The West African Economic Community.
Yeah, West African Economic Community.
Okay.
That understand that it's important for us to come together as people, have institutions that we have in common. It's always good to trade, because if we are trading, you don't fight. And that is how it started. And we set up started in our head office in Togo, had offices across in Nigeria, in Cote d'Ivoire, in Senegal, in Ghana, and co. And over time, we've now been able to crisscross across West Africa, Central Africa, Eastern Africa, Southern Africa. And as you rightly said, we have banking licenses in 33 countries across Africa. We have rep office in South Africa, and we have rep office in Ethiopia. We also have a bank in Paris to enable us to connect to the world through that bank in Paris, a rep office in London, a rep office in Dubai, and a rep office in China. That enable us to be able to be that global player, people that connects the continent of Africa. But yes, you are right. It started with the idea of people coming together, trying to form an institution that is more than just one country, that is more than just one region, that enable us to start thinking about the idea of coming together. And if you think about it, now we have continental free trade area that has been signed, is now a new narrative. But the idea of forming Ecobank started way back ago. And we've been waiting for this continental free trade area for that many years. Now it is here. We can take advantage of it.
Sure, you surely take advantage, because there are roughly 700 banks on the continent, having roughly 10,000 branches across the continent, and one of the most important financial institutions on the continent is, of course, Ecobank, which you indicated started with a seed capital of $100 million back in those days of Olympio and others. What makes Ecobank unique?
Our uniqueness is in our being African. You cannot say that we are not a West African bank. We are not a Nigerian bank. We are not a Togolese bank. We are not a Cameroonian bank. We are not a Zimbabwean bank. But we are a Pan-African bank. And that Pan-African is an idea that I think all Africans should aspire to, because that is one thing that unites us, a Pan-African institution. We are local in every market, we are regional in every situation, but we also aspire to be that one that deliver global banking services with an understanding of the local requirement, of the local need. So when there is an opportunity in Cameroon, we go towards it to realize that opportunity. But when there's a challenge, during Ebola, when there was a challenge, so many other people were running away from the continent. We look for opportunity to serve our people, understanding that preservation of life at that time, we ensure that our customers will remember as we go into the future. When we talk to customers, they know that whatever happens, this will be a bank that will be their advisor. This will be a bank that will be there for them in the long term. When we bring new technology, when we bring new technology, it's not also technology that is looking at the past alone, that's looking at the other countries. It's a technology that is adapted to work in Africa. Yes, you are right. Africa is our DNA.
Well, Africa is indeed your DNA, and maybe throughout the years, as you have evolved, some statistics suggest to support that idea, because as you know, last year Ecobank was named the Africa Banker or Africa Bank of the Year by the African Banker Awards, best bank in supporting small and medium-sized enterprises across the chessboard on the continent. And a year before that, the Banker, which is one of the biggest names in the awards of financial institutions in the banking industry, equally named you Africa Bank of the Year. Comparatively, how commercially advantageous it is to cash with you?
Well, whenever we get these awards, it's a testament to our customers who have put their trust in our ability. It's a testament to our staff who made it their responsibility and their business. Every day they go to work to provide solutions that support our customers. You know, each of these awards is good because it recognizes the trust of our customers, and the selflessness of our staff. But it also spurs us to be able to do things better. Commercially, it's good because, you know, ultimately, a commercially viable institution is always going to be there in the long run as a partner. We've had so many banks that have had other problems here and there, but because of our customers, because of our staff, and the way they take to us and trust our businesses, it's been commercially viable, and we are pretty happy that we will be there in the long run.
Mr. Chief Executive Officer, tell me, what are the values of Ecobank? Are the people, your customers, your workers, at the center of everything? What are the values that define you people?
So, you know, we have what we call receipt. When you come closer to every Ecobank, you find that respect in the things we do. You find in every Ecobanker what we call accountability. You find in every Ecobanker customer centricity. And you find in every Ecobanker, wherever we are in the towns and villages and city, the question of excellence. You find in every Ecobanker integrity. And for sure, every Ecobanker you see wants to work as a team. That's teamwork. And that's what we call a receipt. Respect, accountability, customer centricity, excellence, integrity, and teamwork. That's what you find in every one of us.
One of your missions is to accompany businesses for the development of Africa. You are listed in the London Stock Exchange, especially with your inaugural $500 million Euro bond. What are the key development projects in Africa which have the inputs of Ecobank?
Okay, now that there's a lot of them to start with, because most of those development projects are launched by our customers, more the central governments.
Let's select a few greatly people impacted on positively.
Okay. You know, each time you talk about the customers, one has to be sensitive as a bank that it is the ideas of the customers that impacts in the first instance, because money is not the first thing.
Okay.
When we work with large corporations, whether it is big Pan-African entities like Dangote, it is the idea of Dangote Corporation. When we work with governments of Cameroon, it's the idea of the government of Cameroon. When we work with governments in Côte d'Ivoire, in Togo, it is the idea of those governments. I don't always like to say that the bank is the one that creates the impact. It's our impact is through our customers. We always all have to understand that. Okay. The money itself doesn't do the work. It's our customer that does the work, but we enable that to happen. So claiming it on our own may not be very good. However, when it comes to small and medium scale enterprises, we believe that our digital agenda, putting technology at their fingertips, training them to have access to market, bringing them together, are things that have been very impactful for this continent. Do we want to blow our own on and claim the things that our customers actually do themselves? No. But we want to know, we want you to know that for every time there is an opportunity for an African to be able to make a success, and you come to Ecobank, you find a partner.
Let me put the question this way. It's true, you know the needs of the African people, energy, infrastructure. If I say, for example, that the Ebimpe Stadium in Côte d'Ivoire will be completed thanks to the financial assistance of Ecobank to the Cote d'Ivoire government for the next Africa Cup of Nations to be fantastic. People can easily visualize that, right? That is in reality what I was talking about.
Yeah, people can visualize that. And if I tell you that if you get to Ghana and you see the new airport and it's pretty good, yes, it is due to the government of Ghana, but also the financial support of Ecobank. If you go to Burkina Faso and you see those fanciful roads there, if you see people that are doing cotton in Mali, cotton in Benin, again, we participate. If you go to the cocoa, the heart of the cocoa industry in Ghana and in Cote d'Ivoire, and you say, yeah, this is beautiful. Yeah, partly because Ecobank participates. If you go to Congo, Brazzaville, again, you see what Ecobank does there. If you go to the Katanga region in the DRC, you see what we do there. I just came from Malawi. I just came from Zambia. Again, in each of those places, I am proud as an African to see the impact of Ecobank in the lives of those countries.
A while ago, you talked about digitalization. As you know, you proud yourself as Africa's most innovative financial service group. You had embarked on a giant digitalization policy to make services more customer friendly, reduce cost, time, and energy.
Yes.
How are you a leader in that domain?
As far as we're concerned, you see, the simplicity of our product is the best advertisement of its sophistication. When we wanted to do mobile app, everybody does that, right? You have mobile app in Cameroon, mobile app in Congo, mobile app in Nigeria. But we did only one mobile app that you can download once, you can have 4 languages, and you can use across 33 markets. That is innovation, which then ensures that if you need to transfer money from here to any of the 33 markets, it happens instantly. There is no other institution in this continent that can make sure it happens that instantly. And that connectivity, understanding the requirements of our people, to make sure that nobody now needs to carry cash between Cameroon and Chad, between Cameroon and Nigeria, that technology can go with you anywhere you are going, is what makes us the most innovative as far as we're concerned, because it addresses. Innovation is not just sophistication, it's in addressing the need of our customer. Simplicity is the best of sophistication.
You are in a country where you run roughly 14 branches, about 500 agent points to do business in the largest market of the Central African sub-region, CEMAC in particular. How much have you supported business growth in this country, and in which sectors in particular? We are just from AFCON 2021.
So it's an easier question to answer because I just came from having lunch with customers. And across the customer base that we have, you will see people in cement, you see people in food, you see people in cocoa, you see people across, you see both small and you see large enterprises. And they came together because they are customers. Yesterday, I was in Yaoundé. We saw the government. And I was very proud. In every conversation we have, they were so happy that an African institution has been at the heart of supporting government, accompanying them in the development ideas that they have. And that is what speaks volume to what we've been able to do, including not just working with the large companies. We work with multinationals, we work with large companies, but we work with small companies as well as individuals. We work with youth, and sometimes tomorrow I'll be meeting with other fintech institutions that will depend on the
financial technology
technology companies. Those individuals who are also now being able
mostly driven by young people, the new generation.
They are actually, mostly driven by young people.
People of my age.
Of course, you're right. They are driven by young people. But the thing is this, they don't have to do everything, because we offer them connectivity to our platform that enable them to provide services to our customers. So they are our customers as well.
We are in the COVID era. Just like any other institution, you run a foundation today managed by a woman, just like you are Chief Executive Officer for Cameroon, Gwendolyn Abuno. What have you been doing at the foundation?
So the foundation has been the vehicle through which we provided money to various countries, because when COVID struck, there was no warning. So we provided money because people need to be able to respond to that.
We are in the month of March dealing with women. In a moment, the interview will be coming to an end. Do you have any particular program or project to ease the access of women to banking, which is one of the hurdles that we face on the continent?
So we have a program that we launched years ago that we call Elevate from Ecobank. That Elevate program allows us to provide finance to women-led organizations, women-run organizations, women-owned organizations, or organizations that produce products for women. And we allocate a large component of our capital to that. We provide training for them, because sometimes it's important to provide capital, but for success to happen, we need to provide training, we need to provide them access to markets, we need to provide them linkages with other corporations so that they're able to be successful. So all of those things we do because as part of corporate social responsibility, but it's also a profitable way to do business, by the way, because women businesses are paying businesses.
Finally, Mr. Chief Executive or Group Executive Officer of the Ecobank conglomerate, you had answered the question partially before I reached there. Your bank is operating in an environment where the financial technology companies are increasingly dominating the banking environment. What does the future hold for a bank like yours?
So, you know, whenever people say that the financial technology companies are taking the lunch of the bank or the breakfast, no. The financial technology companies participate in the last mile of banking to our customers, but most times they do payments. There's still so many other things that the bank does that the fintech companies doesn't do. The big loans to big projects to enable progress to happen still get to be done at the banks. I've not seen the financial technology companies open letters of credit to enable payments to happen, imports to our countries or exports to happen in our countries. I've not seen them doing, you know, the technologies that allow us to be able to do risk management for our customers in terms of swaps and derivatives and co. They are not doing that. But what they do, it's also important to understand that by making our platform available to them, what they do, they can do better. Ultimately, when the whole financial services reaches a large number of our people, our environment becomes better, commercial activities becomes more prouder, and it becomes more profitable for everybody to get done. I believe in collaboration to win, to crowd everybody in so that we can all win for our customers. So the future of banking is still a lot that we need to do. Remember that if you go to advanced countries, banks are the places where people go for mortgages. In our continent, mortgages are still small. Banks are the places where people go for auto loans. In our countries, auto loans are still small. Banks are the places where people go for credit cards. In our countries, the credit cards are still small. So there's a lot of way we still need to go. Instead of looking and fighting ourselves in the small pie, we now need to start broadening the pie and broadening the opportunities. Thank you.
And we need to broaden the opportunities as the years go by. The Group Chief Executive Officer of Ecobank, AYEYEMI, thank you very much indeed for being guest on Global Watch. I'm afraid we can't have a handshake, which is a tradition. Since 2020, COVID-19 restrictions do not permit us to do that. But thank you very much indeed for being guest on the program.
Thanks. It's good to be here, and this time shall pass. Thank you.
Absolutely.